We are at Beckham's bookshop in New Orleans, and you can see outside. The reason that we're here is because it's raining, and this bookstore is fantastic. Like, look at it, it's all used books and really interesting older edition stuff, and it's just been a very cool afternoon. And when we tried to leave, it instantly started raining and we were forced back in, so we figured that we might as well find something. And we decided to make a quick video because I don't know if you can see both of us, because my sister found a book that she liked in this really serendipitous way or synchronicitous way. And so we thought, a lot of people ask me how to find information that will help them on their path, that'll like teach them or close some open cases in their minds or whatever you want to call it. But I found that if you go book shopping or even to a library, so book gathering, with the right mental space, then it's like treasure hunting kind of. So what happened? She doesn't want to say it, so I'll say it. So she was looking around at books. We weren't finding anything downstairs. Right now we're upstairs. And I mean, check out these ceiling beams. They're fabulous. It's the coolest place. And it's all dusty and smells like old paper and cardboard. And it's just the best bookshop ever. And so she was downstairs looking on the shelf. And what you do is you go and look for, the people who ask me, I'm going to go ahead and say, go to the New Age or spirituality section, or maybe self-help, because that's generally the areas that people who ask me what to buy are looking for. And then you just kind of start glancing around and see what kind of jumps off the shelf at you. Not always will a book actually jump off the shelf and hit the floor, although that does happen kind of regularly. People just walk by and in some weird random way hit something that they don't even know that they hit, and stuff will just fly off and land on the floor. But more often, you'll just see something and kind of notice something, and what I call it is it kind of glows in my mind. It doesn't physically glow, but for some reason my mind just keeps going back to this one book. So my sister decided to do this without telling me about it till now. After she's already had the awesome experience. And there wasn't a New Agey section downstairs, because she's not a very New Age mind person. This girl's a scientist. So my crazy frou-frou stuff does not always land on hospitable ears in a way that she'll just believe it blindly. It needs proof. Whereas I feel whether or not I feel something's true, but that's not the way that you operate, right? Yeah, exactly. You saw the face. So she decided, oh, okay, I'll go see what's going on. We're in New Orleans. That's a place. Yeah, it's a place to look for spiritual stuff. But there wasn't a spiritual section downstairs, and the fact that there is even an upstairs at all is not very widely broadcasted downstairs. It's not hidden, and you can see it on the wall if you look in that particular spot on the wall, as the wall is covered with other stuff as well. And the stairs are like off on the side behind these shelves and stuff. So we're looking around downstairs and not really finding anything, kind of milling about, and we're separated, we're not together. And you see a book called what?
When in Doubt, Go Higher.
When in Doubt, Go Higher, which, okay, random book title, whatever. It was in a short stories section, right? Yeah, so it was a book of short stories. It doesn't, and did you even take it down and look at it? No, she just noticed it and moved on, and then...
Actually noticed it, moved on, wait a minute, went back, double-checked the title, and oh, well, that's interesting, and then kept going.
Aha, so note the mental itch, right? Isn't that kind of what it's like? It's like, yeah. Wait, what is that? What is that? Isn't that... That's kind of how it feels. Okay, so had the mental itch, went back, checked it, said, okay, whatever. Didn't feel the need to get it off the shelf, so that wasn't what she needed. And I'll stress again, you're not really an intuitively based person, right? So it's not like she's taken these like years to learn to meditate and da-da-da-da-da. It's just kind of going with the flow of some other part of your brain. What part of you was it that made you wanna? Well, no. Like, where did the itch come from? It wasn't your logical mind that said, I should go back and look at that. Was it?
I have no idea.
Okay, well, we won't go there. So, but you just did. You just had the urge to, right? Yeah, okay. And so then we tried to leave because we were waiting for it to stop raining for a while.
We thought it had stopped raining.
We thought it had stopped raining. Nothing, there was no rain. Go outside, and within, 15 seconds?
Oh, not even. We were next door.
Okay, so within 2 building lots on this, solid, you can see it's solid buildings outside, these huge, fat, nickel-sized raindrops started beating us. So we ran back into the bookshop, talked to the people downstairs who were, just very quiet, amazing, white bearded booksellers who were these cool guys, and we're like, we're hiding from the rain. And so they laughed at us, and we came back upstairs. And so we came upstairs, and then
We came upstairs. It was the first time we came upstairs.
okay, so that was the first time we came upstairs. And then what happened? How did you find that one?
Oh, I don't know.
Like you went to
Looking
the.
at stuff.
Uh-huh.
There was a directory downstairs, and there was a section they call occult, which I don't.
Dum dum dum. Well, occult just means things that are hidden.
They have books in there that I wouldn't have necessarily put in a section that I called occult, but whatever.
Okay.
So I was looking at stuff, and I don't know.
Okay, so you happened to look. Oh no, not yet, right? Like you're looking at the shelf, and you didn't see anything that caught your eye, right?
There were a couple of things that I was debating pulling out. I mean, there was a book that's called 101 Myths About the Bible, or Myths in the Bible.
Oh, that's cool.
Which I thought was quite cool.
Yeah.
And I figured I'd pull out. There was a book that was 101 Ways to View Yourself or something.
Huh.
That I actually did pull out later, and was the one that I was flipping through when you asked me if I found anything. But nothing was really like that I had to pull down. Really.
Sure. And then you remembered. When in doubt.
Oh, I actually remember that after I saw this.
Oh, so that was actually higher on the shelf, right?
No.
No.
This, I was sitting there and it was in front of me, but I just thought it was funny.
So where did the when in
know.
doubt look higher or go higher come from? Because you said something about like looking higher when you were on the shelf, like you looked up.
Well, that's the thing. That's what I was doing downstairs.
When you told me the story, it was relevant that happened.
Well, it was afterwards.
Right. Okay, fine. At some point on the shelf, she looked up and something important happened. I don't remember what it was. She told me the story a second ago, then I pulled out my camera and we all forgot what happened. But,
I mean, I can tell you what happened. I was looking to see if I saw anything because ages ago you had said something about looking for, see what books called to you and flip through them and whatever, but I didn't see anything. And that was when we were walking around downstairs, and I saw the thing that said, when in doubt, go higher, although in my head I was thinking, look higher.
Upstairs.
This was downstairs.
Yes, and then go higher means go upstairs.
And then we thought we would just leave, and it started raining, so we came back inside.
And that was in doubt.
And then we actually went upstairs.
And that's where we found this book. And recall that this is a girl who's scientifically minded. So all of my stuff on, I don't know, spirit guides and light beings and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, look at the face. Obviously, it does not go well. So we had been talking. I was like, there are books where they've looked at, say, UFO phenomena in a scientifically based way. So perhaps you should find one of those. But I'd never found one before because I'm not attracted to those kinds of books. So it's not like I have a collection of those. All mine are more esoteric, kind of. And so she's looking at the shelf, and this book, like, show the spine of it. It's not even, so that book pops out on the shelf for her. And look, I mean, there are lots of different colored books. There's no reason that a black spine book would, for any, logical purpose, be pointed out in your mind on the shelf. And even the title is kind of rubbed out.
With the silver gilt rubbed off.
Yeah, it's not even, you can't even really read what it says. But what is the title of the book?
The UFO Experience, a Scientific Inquiry.
And can you maybe read a couple lines from the preface so they can kind of get an idea of how this is exactly the correct book that you were looking for?
Let's see.
Prologue or
This dude
whatever.
who wrote it says, during my...
Oh, wait, who is it by, in case people want to look it up?
J. Allen Hynek, H-Y-N-C-K.
So this is not focused that well. J. Allen Hynck, and it's called The UFO Experience, a Scientific Inquiry for all of you science-minded folk who are curious about this phenomena.
This is not a new book. It's 1972.
Right.
So it's right after the Air Force's Project Blue Book ended.
And this is not mythical, right? Like, he talks about this, and he worked with the Air Force, the author, in the book,
yeah,
right?
That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
During my many years as a scientific consultant to the United States Air Force on the matter of unidentified flying objects, I was often asked...
Oh, shoot, that's my phone, sorry. We put that on silent there.
Yeah, mine was ringing a minute ago. Luckily, mine was only buzzing.
Mom, call her back.
Let's see. I was often asked, and frequently still am, to recommend a good book about UFOs. very often, too, the request was accompanied by remarks along the line of, is there really anything to this business at all? Just what's it all about anyway? Are there any reliable evidence about UFOs? Or where can I read something about the subject that wasn't written by a nut?
And I think I would qualify as that to the people who say that, considering my books are all subjective. Anyway, moving on.
And then he says he's often asked himself what a good book of UFOs would be like, what would be included or not, how they would talk about it. And he ends with, he says he can't presume to describe what UFOs are because I don't know, but I can establish beyond reasonable doubt that they're not all misperceptions or hoaxes. And that's what this book is basically going through.
Success.
And then he ends with, a good book on UFOs should, I think, be honest without prejudgment. It should be factual and as well documented as possible. It should not be a book that just retells UFO stories for the sake of their story value. So, and he ends with saying, I hope this book is one that will be recommended to you as a good book on UFOs.
Well, that's what we're doing, so his hopes are coming to fruition. And what are this guy's qualifications again? What did he do?
Oh, God. He's an astronomer. So he was, he was at Northwestern University. He was retained by the Air Force to look at the various reports that they got in and try to figure out what the people were actually talking about. So if it was Venus in the sky.
So he wasn't a believer. Like, it's not like he came in and said, I'm going to prove that this stuff is real. He just kind of went into the field and found out that it's not real. Okay. And wasn't some famous person who said that if you can prove to me that even one of them is real, then that means they exist? I forget who said that. It was like Einstein or somebody. I don't know. I'm terrible with quotes. I just remember the gist. Purpose, not literal, specific citing. Anyway, so that's how to shop for books that will guide you to whatever it is you're trying to find out. So thank you for sharing your story, Michael. Yeah. And, we're going to hang out in this cool, dusty, old, book-smelling, delicious, not literally, but, for the olfactory senses, bookshop until the rain ends. Who knows when that will happen? We might be here all day. There are worse things. Have a good day. Go in peace. We'll see you soon.